since the church's authority declined and was replaced by hookup culture, now we've kind of reverted to a prehistoric...
You got no bitches.
Yeah, you got no bitch.
You ain't got no bitches, do you?
I'm sorry, bro. Like, you...
You wanna come over, that's amazing for me. I ain't gotta cook, that's amazing for me. Pass it right to eat, that's amazing for he.
Yeah, that's amazing for me. She won't get, she...
Yo, man, how y'all doing? It's another Night Flow Reactions, man, with your boy Jay, chillin' and Yo E. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, come to the Night Floor. Come on, game the right way. And today, we are going to be watching Why Are Young Men So Lonely? Now, I got a theory of why I believe dudes out there are so lonely, you know what I'm saying? I think the stat is like 1/3 of dudes have gotten a girl or been with a girl in a year. And I think it's just 60% of dudes in general feel as though that they're lonely.
They feel or they are?
Both, probably both. And I think my theory on why it feels that way is because I think you know, with more technology, there's less of a reason to even like interact with people in real life. But I think the main thing that dudes are missing is like intimacy. Dudes don't give a fuck about interacting with other dudes. They only care about interacting with shawties.
Yeah, let's get it.
So
people on the video.
There's an epidemic of depression among young men, and even the media recognizes this, but the solutions they provide are honestly crap. This is because the so-called experts...
Those are good solutions though.
Go to therapy, travel, go for a walk. That sounds like what a girl will say.
And be more emotional is definitely some shit a girl will say, or therapy. Here's the thing I don't like, right? Girls will say the way they say it, they make it sound like you're fucked up. They're like, you should go to therapy. Like you'll say a good point, they be like, I need therapy.
I be like, bro, like I didn't really have it. Like I had coochie for like almost 2 years, bro. She like, you should go to therapy. You should travel more.
Like, why is all you care about is sex? Like, girl, it's been 2 years.
You gotta procreate.
Oh, have you ever been called emotional or sassy?
No.
Hey, that's good.
You really have no idea what a man is, or what a woman is for that matter, because modern people see humans as just elevated animals who want nothing more than their carnal desires. But this is not true at all. Inside the heart of every man is a warrior. All men need something to fight for. Part of the reason why sports and video games are so popular among modern men is because there's not much for men to fight for in the real world.
Would you be mad if your son didn't like sports but he was really good at video games?
That's a sport.
That's a sport?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But men still look up to heroes and role models who fight for what they believe in. Why do you think men think about the Roman Empire so much? There's a reason the Bible refers to God in masculine terms, despite the fact that God has no gender according to his divine essence.
God's a nigga. That's how it's always gonna be.
Whatever.
But because the Bible compares God to a mighty warrior, and men look up to mighty warriors. The Bible also says men are made with a desire to work, if that work is productive and creates great things. So why are men struggling so much these days? Well, it's because
there's no problem.
It's boring, nigga.
It's boring, bro. There's no problems.
Like,
there's no problems. There's no problems. Like, everything has been solved. Everything's been kosher. Everything has been smooth.
But do you think this is what we wanted at the end of the day? Like, but isn't this what you think, like, all our forefathers and their forefathers were, like, fighting for? Like, we're on the tail end of it, don't you think?
Yeah, but then again, they fought for something that they don't experience.
Men need two things, something to work for and something to fight for, and modern society gives them neither of those things. First of all, the school system is basically rigged against boys because it discourages boys from being boys. From a young age, boys are taught to sit on their butts for 8 hours a day, and if they don't like that, they're diagnosed with ADHD. Guys are discouraged from being creative, adventurous, or funny, so normal male behavior gets branded as bad, and boys end up being seen as second-rate girls, because schools tend to promote more feminine traits like being organized and following directions. That's why all those 20 highlighter girls, whose notes look like you could publish them in an art gallery, end up doing so much better in school, not because they're necessarily smarter than the guys, but because they're a lot better at doing the mindless busy work that teachers hand out, which is honestly just an excuse for teachers to not do any teaching. So men falling behind academically is one of the reasons that society gives them nothing to work for, but they also have nothing to fight for these days. Traditionally, the things men would fight for are their faith, family, and country. The modest...
Well, that's the education. Like, I see what he's going for, but at the same time, it's just like what do you want the school systems to do? You can't just say the argument and not give out with.
I think they should make. Let's say there's the teacher's teaching a way to solve a math problem, right? I think what he's saying is, like, instead of like if instead of reprimanding the kid for doing it a different way, you encourage the different way that they do shit. You kind of be like, here's the issue, find your own way to solve it and bring it to me. That's what I think.
Society has abandoned both these things. In terms of faith, Gen Z is the least religious generation in human history. It's also the most depressed generation in human history, and that's why a lot of young men turn to political extremism, because they need something to believe in, but a lot of young men also believe in nothing and become nihilist, and they try to drown out their meaninglessness with marijuana, video games, and pornography. For family, back when the church had power in society and encouraged monogamy, most men were able to find a wife. Because you had one man assigned to every one woman and there's about an equal number of men and women in the world, mathematically everyone's gonna find someone. But ever since the church's authority declined and was replaced by hookup culture, now we've kind of reverted to a prehistoric...
You got no bitches. Yeah, you got no bitch.
You ain't got no bitches, do you?
I'm sorry, bro. Like, you... I guess there's two sides of the coins of hookup culture. The dudes that benefit from it, the dudes that are hinders of it.
But like the dudes that hinder from it, the dudes that do most of the shit.
He says like a dude that never really got. Because if you really experience hookup culture, you would not be sitting there like, oh yeah. It is bad for us as the thing part, like dudes, something to fight for. Throughout times, we've always been competitive. So only the winners write the history books. So like, if I'm not gonna, how can you tell a dude that gets no girls to like, it's okay to cry about hookup culture? You're like, what? Because in your head, you're just like, in your head, you're like, I benefit from this way more.
Yeah, it's hard to like give like advice on, because it's like, I say like this, right? The first point he made, that's definitely true with like the decline of religion.
Yeah,
society is definitely gonna get worse because like nobody has like an overarching thing to follow. When it comes to this though, this was always going to happen because the second it's like, how do I say it? The second girls don't need you for money, bro, and you'll stand in their standard for money. Because if a girl is broke, they will literally take anything. So I was like, of course every dude's gonna get a girl because girls will take anything. But the second the girl needs $2 instead of $1, every nigga that makes $1 is dead to her now. They can all die.
Like, even with this list down below, right? Like hookup culture, that one blue dude takes 4 of these, pink shorties, and those 3 dudes who don't get any coochie are the ones who are making babies.
And if they do, and listen, here's the thing: that one dude that gets all 4, he'll pick one out of the 4. He'll smash all 4, pick one. The other 3 will go with the other blue dudes and be mad they went with that dude and make that dude pay for it.
That's hookup culture.
It's evil life, man.
So which one do you want to be? That one blue dude or the other 3? That's where you stand at, bro.
That's where it's at right now.
Yeah, you on the other side or you on the?
Unless you're really good at vetting girls, where you can be like, okay, this girl. That's why, like, if you find a girl that's not doing nothing crazy, you're at a crossroad now as a man. Beforehand, you could take it slow. Now it's like, I gotta either lock this down right here and this is it forever, or I have to throw it back to the wolves.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
she won't come out unscathed.
It's amazing. Where a few men get all the women, the rest of the men don't get any. Either way, it's really hard for the average man to start a family.
We always know what's coming next.
Unfortunately, man,
that's true. Like literally what he just said, bro.
And it's always been this way, but it was much less. It was more even out. Dudes that would go to women always got most of the women. It was just like
tribal times, like
it's just like now. Even the single shotties rather be single than get a dude now, bro. It's either I want the winner or no one gets anything.
Oh, take it or leave.
It's sad.
For this country has spent the past 20 years telling men that they're the oppressor, which kind of explains why men are not too keen to fight for their country anymore. Now, back in the day, what gave men something to work for and something to fight for was the church, specifically the Protestant churches, and I'll explain why. First of all, the Protestant work ethic, which of course the left says is racist, says that you should work as hard as possible because you're glorifying God and doing so by building up his kingdom, and that's why historically Protestant men built the most successful societies to ever exist.
Well, buddy, if you read the history books on how they did that shit, a lot of the people that built a lot of these places died with no money and nothing. While the rich people that lived in these buildings ate and smashed these dudes' wives.
Yeah. Let's keep it banned.
So, yeah, like, come on, bro. Like,
to this day, the most developed countries are the historically Protestant ones. Now, all religion could give people something to fight for, but Protestantism specifically has this doctrine called the Priesthood of all believers, which is that it's the job of every individual believer to be a soldier for God's kingdom by sharing the good news about Jesus. And of course, Protestantism isn't the only form of Christianity, but I do believe it's been most successful in accomplishing the mission of Christianity, and it puts the most emphasis on
This guy's biased.
Yeah, but we might as well finish the video.
understanding that Jesus Christ died for your sins and rose again from the dead, and through him you can be raised from the dead as well. So if young men band together and do a crusade to restore the institutional churches, it'll do...
Here's the thing when it comes to like religion and churches, right? It is truly impossible now. You can't bring back any religion. The religion either has to stay where it's at. It has to maintain. It can grow. But after a certain point, like, because Christianity is like the biggest religion in the world still to this day. So I don't understand.
Let's finish this for the viewers.
Yeah.
First of all, it's going to completely solve the male loneliness epidemic. You know, it used to be completely unheard of for people to not have friends because everyone's community was through the local...
But can we stand up for the ladies out there, though? Why should they give... If you don't deserve coochie, why should you get coochie?
Like I said, the reason it can't go back is because now girls' eyes are open to the fact that once they can take care of themselves, the standards for dudes like skyrockets, while like dude standards don't change.
So do you blame it on the girls, or do you blame it on the niggas not adapting? Because you adapted, didn't you?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm in the perfect place to adapt because because I grew up in an era where I could still go outside.
But that's what I'm trying to say is like, you really blame them. Like, they're saying, we want the girls too. We want all this stuff too, but they're not willing to adapt to times. He's saying he's blaming hookup culture for destruction of male loneliness, while we're just saying, this is the best time to not be lonely.
To be honest, it is the best time not to, because like, here's the thing too, right?
If you fix a couple things, girls will attract.
And it's like, you don't even have to, here's the thing too, these dudes see it as that it's either hookup culture or nothing. You can just become a better dude and just date one girl. There's enough girls out there that either...
Again, for a decent, you just have to fit a standard, which a lot of dudes don't want to fit that standard. They just want shit to be...
Yeah. The problem with a lot of dudes that follow this type of things, they think as long as I go to church, I do a few certain things that I just deserve a woman. It's like, bro, that's never been how it is. It might feel that way, but it's never been just go to church, go to work hard, I get girls. No, especially now. There's so many different levels of shit you have to do.
What will fix male loneliness if the dudes individually elevate themselves? As in, amplify your best attributes, where you're able to understand women. Because you can't be a male and think like a male to get girls. You have to kind of understand what they want.
Exactly. You have to understand that. I would say, here's how you would fix male loneliness, right? First of all, you gotta find something that you like to do, right? Find a hobby. Find something that, like, if it's between the girl and the hobby, you pick the hobby. That's the first thing girls need. When a girl feels like you'll pick her over your own life, she'll leave. The reason why God and Christianity works is because the dudes back then will be like, I don't care about you, girl. I'm picking God every time. And the girl's like, oh, that's so hot. It don't matter if I'm here or not. He's gonna pick God, right? A lot of you motherfuckers have no mission, no goal, but want bitches. That's not how life works. Girls don't ever want to be the first thing, bro. As much as they say, pick me first, no, don't ever pick her first. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing, like E said, you have to look at it. Dudes think about shit too big picture. Like, if you really want a girl, you're gonna have to slow down your mind and think about intricate details. It's the only way to keep her. If you just want her, you don't necessarily have to do that every time, because a lot of these bitches is hoes nowadays. But if you want to keep her, the small bullshit that you ignore, you will unfortunately have to keep doing this, because it's not gonna go back to this religious shit this dude is talking about. You have to adapt with the times or move. Go to a Christian country where everybody is much more uniform and do that instead. Don't complain.
I think this has nothing to do.
I'm saying according to what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand, but at the same time, I feel like he's just saying that he's just being old school, saying how, like, back then women didn't give up the coochie because everyone went to church. They gave up the coochie because they didn't have money.
They had to.
They didn't have money. They had no other option.
They had no other option, man. Now they got options of, like, I'm gonna pick who and who not get the coochie based on my time.
Yes. And when girls have time to pick, they will not pick the bums. They will not pick the dudes who smell bad, the dudes who don't know how to dress, the dudes who
they won't pick the dude with smelly breath that just got like some money. They can't be like, oh girl, I gotta marry this dude for his benefits. They got benefits.
They're going to pick the man that has a lot of bitches. They're gonna pick that one blue dude who gets all the girls, because that dude, like, instead of those 3 dudes being mad at the fact that those girls picked that one dude,
emulate the dude. Act like that guy.
That's another Netflix reaction. We ain't gonna finish this like bias incel.
You want to finish the incel video, bro? Let me see what we got.
They're over going on an adventure and having.
All right.
Hey, bro, come on, bro.
All right.
GG's, bro.
All right.
Hey, bro. You made a great video, but you ain't answer a damn thing. Because imagine you actually listen to this.
This. I think this might make you racist. I don't know how. This might make you racist. Like, if
it has nothing to do about talking to girls, nothing to do about dressing.
It has nothing to do with adapting. It's just about like complaining. Like, wait, let me read this shit,
bro.
It just like, bro, why is this whole shit about churches, bro? Like, bro, this is not adapting. You're trying to bring back the old ways, which is like fine. But even if you go to church, if you went to a church right now to find a girl, she's still gonna act just like this. She's still gonna be like, what else do you have? It can't just be God, bro. It can't just be you're a nice dude that believes in God.
They don't even know how to talk to a girl. She ain't gonna like
what the heck?
All right. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and come to 9 for learn game the right way.
Peace.